2 of Zap Basic Training is my favorite part because it is about what I think is the most valuable thing for agents about having Zap, and that is the very professional, very free website for you. So to set up your website, you're going to click on your name in the top right corner, and the first drop-down selection will be My Website. Now, this is your website editing page. So when you're looking at this right now, this is not what your website looks like. This is where you can go ahead and get everything set up. And the nice thing about it is it's really user-friendly. You essentially just start at the top and work your way down. So the first thing you see here is your cover photo. That's going to be the big photo that's central on your website. The default for the company is the Golden Gate Bridge. So if you like the Golden Gate Bridge, wonderful. You don't have to do anything to it. If you want to change it, you have a couple of options. You can either upload a photo that you already have, or you can get a photo online from one of the royalty-free stock photo companies. My favorites are pxhere.com and pexels.com, but just search for royalty-free photos. You just want to make sure that you're not grabbing any photo from the internet because you can get sued for that. So make sure that you go to one of the ones that has the free downloads. And in order to change the cover photo, all you have to do is click this little button in the corner that says Change Photo. Now, one thing you have to notice, it needs to be a very large photo because it has to be good quality and it's got to be able to show up on big computer screens. So they're very picky about that. The good thing is that the royalty-free companies, when you download their photos, I have never found one that isn't large enough. So they usually have very high resolution, high quality photos. If you want to use a photo of your own, so for example, this one was a photo that I paid for from a listing that I had, and since I paid for it, it belongs to me. Usually when you get the digital files for the photos from your real estate photographers, they give them to you in high res, high quality, so they are generally large enough. Sometimes you'll find ones that aren't, but for the most part, they should be okay. So you might have to play with it a little bit to find just the right photo, okay? Next thing you have down here is your photo. Now, the photo that will default there is the one that you have in Dash. So that's the one that you have given to your office administrator or manager, whoever put that in Dash. But that doesn't mean that you have to keep that one. If you want to change it for the website, if you have a new one or a different one that you want to use, all you have to do is click the little plus sign here, add photo, and you just upload it, and you can, adjust it a little bit, and then you have your own photo there. But if your default one is fine, then use that one. Okay, next thing down here is your URL, okay? So this is the direct URL to your website. If you have your own domain, so from something like GoDaddy.com, for example, where you have, I had kateuva.com, if you had, Best Realtor on the peninsula.com, whatever it may be, this is the URL that you would copy, go to that other website and set up the forwarding so that your URL will aim back to this website. The other nice thing you have here is the mobile app URL. So you have, along with this website, you have a mobile app that people can use, your clients can use to search through listings online. So you can send that to them. So you can just copy it here and maybe put it in your signature, or maybe put it on your social media, and they will download it, and it'll be your branding. So it'll have you on there as they're searching. Okay, so that's a really nice thing to have as well. If you don't, by the way, have your own personal URL, that's fine. Just use this one. You can just copy that and put this wherever you want to put your website URL. Okay, so now we get down to content. Okay. Your About Me, your personal statement. You will click the pencil and you you copy in or type in your bio. If you already have one on LinkedIn or another website, go ahead and use the same one. If this is your first time doing one for real estate, I would suggest browsing through other real estate agents' pages to kind of get an idea of what they put in their bios. I personally would recommend adding something in there that tells a little bit more about who you are, rather than I've been an agent for this number of years, I've sold this many homes, et cetera, et cetera. They know you're a real estate agent. Every half person out there is a real estate agent. What they want to know is, who are you? How can they get to know you? So you don't have to add anything too personal, but maybe put in there a hobby, a place you volunteer, something about, how long you've lived in, the area where you work, or maybe where you came from. I mean, if there's something, special about you. I had an agent once who was a former professional tennis player and had written a book. I had another agent who used to be a personal chef, and one who had won gardening awards. So, put something in there. I write about how I used to be a teacher, just because that gives somebody an idea more about who I am as a person. Okay. So go ahead and save that when you're done. Now, video. So my suggestion is to have a 1 minute or less about me video. You put it on YouTube, and then all you need to do is add the URL to the video right here. And again, it should be just something briefly telling about who you are. I know a lot of people don't like to see themselves on video. So here's an alternative. If you can get a client, whether it's a past client or a current client, maybe your manager, maybe another coworker that you've worked with, to say something about you, give you a review, then you can post that on there, because then that's telling something about you. Okay, so that's an alternative, but really nothing can compare to you talking and telling a little bit about yourself. So again, watch some agent videos and get an idea of what they say. Now, your social media. You're going to see all these will be grayed out at first, so you're just going to click to connect your social media, and generally it'll just have you sign in. Okay, now when I clicked it, it's asking me to remove it because I already have it linked. But let's say I was adding Twitter, which I don't have, which is why it's still grayed out. What it would do is it would ask me to sign in to Twitter, and then it would be connected to my website. Now, I know a lot of people don't do very much social media, okay? I would recommend at the very least having one of these. Yeah, so they're not able to do it because I don't have one. LinkedIn, Facebook, I would say those would be the two major ones. If you have a Yelp profile, Pinterest, Instagram, but at least have one or two. All right. And Facebook, that's in a whole nother training. That would be not to your personal Facebook page, but to your Facebook business page. So if you don't have one of those, you want to probably look into doing that. Okay. Next part will be your areas served. This is what shows people who are visiting your website where you work, where you sell. Okay. They already have 21 cities or areas on there for you. So the first thing you want to do is go through the ones that are there and remove any that you don't want. So for example, if I'm looking through here and I say, oh, you know what, I don't want to sell in Half Moon Bay, I'm going to hover here, click the X. Okay, now that goes away. When you want to add a city, you just click down here and start typing. And as soon as you see it, you click on it. Okay, if you want to change the order, you just click them and drag them. So put your top 1, 2, 3 first, because that's what people are going to see first. And again, you have up to 21. You don't have to do 21, but you have that many that you can use. Okay, now my sold homes. You want to have this on where it says display to consumers. If you don't have any sold homes yet, it won't show anything. So it's not going to be like my sold homes and then nothing. All right, it's not going to do that to you. But when you do sell something, then it will go on display. And when I say when you sell something, for those of you who have come in from a different company, it's not going to show your previously sold homes. It's only going to show ones that you sell since you get into our system. So unfortunately, there's no way around that. Okay. Agent insights, property insights, and local insights. I covered that in the Zap Advanced training, which is on the Century 21 YouTube page. So you can go and find that. It's a little bit more advanced, but I definitely recommend looking into doing that. But it's not necessary for immediate setup. Okay. The local SEO playbook, this just gives you a checklist of things to do. This doesn't show up anywhere. This is just for you. So for instance, if you have a domain name, forward visitors to your Zap site. Okay. So if you've done that, you just click the box. For link building, it just gives you some ideas, all these things that you could do to add to your SEO, which is search engine optimization. Link your LinkedIn profile, link your Yelp, etc. Social media, get reviews on Yelp, share listing URLs, share links to your property insights, etc., etc. It's just, do all that stuff. It's just a way for you to keep in mind, here's some more things that I can do to make my website show up higher in the search engine rankings. Now, resources, you have the ability to display up to 15 resources. I've just added a few here. This is a home warranty rep that I worked with a lot. This is a lender that I've worked with. This is a lady who does personal organization. Here's a 1031 exchange company. Here's one for home buyer resources. So you can just go ahead, add the name, add the URL, select a category, and if the category you want isn't there, just click other, okay, and save it. Again, you don't have to necessarily have anything, but if you have resources that you want to be able to share with your clients, definitely add something. Now, reviews. Okay, this is one thing that you can take from before you were with our company and add in, all right? If you click, which I think is the default, display all reviews received, this will only show reviews that you receive through Zap. So you want to click display testimonials that are managed in Zap, okay? At first, you won't have anything here. You're going to click view all testimonials. And here is where you can copy and paste in previous reviews that you got from other websites. Just a couple of notes. You absolutely want to copy and paste exactly as is, because you don't want to add or change anything. That's not going to be true to the original review. And I would add something at the end of the review. Like here, I've added the person's name and city. You could add, buyer 2015 or seller Burlingame or whatever it may be. So add something indicating where this review came from. Okay. So you can add as many as you like. And then if you want to move them, again, you can switch, you can switch order by dragging them here. You can edit them. You can throw them away if you decide you want to add something else in there. So that's how you get your testimonials, your reviews in there. All right. Professional info is the next part. Remember that when you belong to the local association of realtors, you also, so click on credentials and memberships, you also belong to the California Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors. So I would add those in individually because it looks nice in a list. And to add a new one, you just click add new. For your experience, you could put in how long you've been with the company. I've seen one where he put in working with buyers, working with sellers, condos, houses. I mean, you can tweak that however you like. All right. And then community involvement. I don't unfortunately have any, but if you volunteer, if you belong to a professional group, anything, again, you just add new, type it in, and save it. Okay. And then again, the last bit, this is advanced. Don't need to worry about that for right now. Okay. So take your time, go through, add one part at a time, and let me show you what it will look like when it's all done. Here, you just click view my website, or you take the URL from below and add it in there. Give it a moment. Come on, Zap. Here we go. And here is what the public sees, what the consumer sees. The suspense is just building. All right. And this is going to be the same for all Century 21, so it's very nice and uniform and looks really professional. I promise, once it loads in. Okay. So again, you have your background photo, but here you have my agent, so they can hover at any time and find your information. They can go, back to this page to check out the profile. They can email you. People, when you put them into your system, they have a sign-in or they can sign up for you. So if you send someone your website URL and they click on it, they're here on your page, they click sign in, or sorry, they click sign up. they will be put into your database and they will only see you as their agent. Okay, so you've got the search bar right here